Hello, welcome to my home. I think I got that set up okay. So we have a couple more minutes before 4 o'clock. It's always good to have a blanket or a couple of blankets in case you need it for your knees. Maybe a pillow, if you end up needing a pillow, just to have it nearby for our practice. And our practice today is focused on flexibility. So, of course, there's a lot of people that have the idea you have to be flexible to do yoga, and that's absolutely not the case. Yoga helps you become flexible. Consistent practice, so that's very important to help with the flexibility aspect. In a good way to really get into the connective tissues in order to change those tissues and become more flexible is holding poses a little bit longer. So usually in gentle yoga, I have you all hold them for a decent amount of time anyway, to really let things settle in. But we'll be doing that with all of our positions today. And again, today's all on the mat as well. So yeah, get in a good place. We have 1 more minute. And it's 4 o'clock. We're going to start in child's pose. Good. All right. Take those big toes together. Separate your knees to the width of your mat. Lengthen your sits bones back to your heel, and then let your torso float on down to your mat. Bringing your forehead to the earth, or you can prop up the forehead or bend one of your arms and rest your head on your forearm. Always important to take the time to make sure that you're comfortable in the position that we're holding. So any little adjustments that you need to make, if you're feeling pain at all, make sure you try and fix that. You come out of the position or change your shape a little bit. Okay. Let's close our eyes. Let your arms be relaxed. And as you close the eyes and the outside world fades away, just notice how you're feeling this afternoon. Start with the physical body, scan your awareness around, noticing if there's any areas of tension or discomfort. And it can be interesting if you typically do a yoga practice in the morning, to see how do you feel in the afternoon. It's good to practice at different times of day so you can kind of see how the body changes throughout the day. And we're just noticing these sensations, just resisting the urge to attach stories to what's going on in the body. We're just becoming aware. And notice what kind of mood you're in right now. And notice your energy level. And when you notice what's on your mind, have the intention to cut cords. So when your mind is elsewhere, you have an energetic cord attached to that person, that place, that situation. So have the intention to cut those cords before we fully enter our practice. And visualize that however it resonates with you. And when you cut those cords, you're freeing up your precious energy and taking your energy back. Noticing your breath, just making each breath last a little bit longer. Can you feel the body beginning to let go as you connect with your breath? Just letting those sensations move deeper and deeper. When we're holding poses, you might experience a dull ache somewhere in your body, or tingling, or warmth. What happens as you hold and move deeper and deeper? And taking your palms to the earth, press palms into the earth. Slowly and gently lift your torso, adjusting knees so they're hip width apart, bringing your wrists under your shoulders, finding tabletop position. Pause for a moment and notice as you move from your child's pose into a new position, the shifts and changes within yourself. And we'll tilt the pelvis. Let your belly drop and your heart open. And exhale, tuck your pelvis, rounding through the spine. Spread the shoulder blades, drop the head. Move back and forth with your breath, warming up your spine. Keep the elbows soft as you move. So just be mindful not to lock out at the elbow joint. And we slow here to help us hit the reset button. So let your breath initiate the movement. Since this practice is focused on flexibility and holding poses longer to help really get to the connective tissues, I think about one of my favorite quotes: "We bend so we do not break." I just love it. In yoga, we bend so we don't break. On our mat, of course, but out in our outside world. That's why we practice yoga, to take the lessons with us into our life. Let's release back into a tabletop position. We'll drop the hips to the right. Let's circle those hips around. Loosening the torso, getting a stretch into the outer hip when you bring the hips to the side. And take those circles in the opposite direction. Take it slower than you automatically want to go. Return to the present moment. You don't have to rush out of it by moving faster. And release back to center. Walk your palms straight forward from the shoulders and lower your forehead to the earth in our melting hearts. You can walk the palms farther apart if you need to for shoulder comfort. And just like in our child's pose, if you want to prop up the head or bring your forehead to your forearm, keep those fingers spread and keep the elbows lifted. And we have a gentle release of the armpits towards the earth and the heart center towards the earth. Making any adjustments so you feel you're in a good place to hold. It doesn't mean that you're in an easy place. You're still going to feel sensation, and it still might be challenging to hold and sit with that sensation, but you're not uncomfortable where you're losing your sense of inner balance, where you don't feel like you're becoming aggressive and forcing your body to do something that just isn't right today in this moment. And we practice to learn those things. So that's not an automatic thing that we know. We learn by going inward. And here we are. We'll be here for a couple of minutes to really allow the stretch, the opening to settle in, getting into the connective tissues, lubricating connective tissues. Check with the breath in, or you can lengthen out your exhale if you like. Keep the breath deep out of the chest. If you start to shallow chest breathe, adjust. And settle into stillness. So resist the urge to fidget or scratch or fix your clothing, whatever it might be. If you get distracted by something, like say an itch for an example, bring your awareness there. Watch the itch, sit with it, and notice what happens when you don't move to relieve yourself of the itch. Let's take one more breath in. Long, slow exhale. Good. Walk your palms slowly back towards your shoulders. Pause. Press palms into the earth. Lift. Pause. Keep your awareness inward. Notice the internal shifts when you remove yourself from that position. And we'll bend our arms, lower chin, chest, and take your belly to the earth. Taking your forearms forward, you can rest your forehead on your forearms, bring up the legs, and just rock the legs side to side. And release, taking the legs together and rest on the tops of your feet. And then coming up onto your forearms, stacking shoulder over crease of elbow. Forearms are parallel. Press tops of the toes into the earth, pelvis into the earth, lengthen the spine, crown of the head lifts towards the sky, chin is parallel to the earth. Less of a back bend, arms can come forward. See how it feels if you separate your legs. It might feel better for your lower back to have the legs separate. Press pelvis down, press toes down, press forearms down. Deep belly breaths. Close your eyes. Relax your face. Bring your focus to something. Train those mind muscles to focus either completely on the breath or on the area of the most sensation, or breathing into the area of most sensation. Find that stillness. Drop within. When an urge comes up to wiggle, to get restless, see if you can notice that without attachment and not give into it. If the mind floats off, notice what's caught your attention and then cut the cord. Bring your energy back. Of course, without getting critical of yourself. If your mind keeps wandering off, that's just all part of the practice. Part of the practice is coming back over and over. For the remaining few breaths, you can stay in your Sphinx pose, or if you feel you can do a little more with the back bend, take your palms to the corners of your mat, turning your fingers outward, roll the shoulders outward, keep pelvis pressing down and toes pressing down, chin parallel to the earth. for seal pose. Deep breath. Relax the jaw, close the eyes, soften the forehead. Give a gentle swallow, relax your throat. Let your tongue rest lightly behind the upper teeth. And we'll take one more breath in. On your exhale, lower the torso down slowly. Grab opposite elbow. Rest your forehead on the top of your forearms and taking your feet out to the corners of your mat, turning your toes outward. Breathing here, feeling the belly press and release from the earth, calming the nerves, soothing any anxieties that have accumulated throughout your day. Letting go of whatever you can let go of on the exhale. Let's take one more slow breath in. And lengthen your exhale. Savor the exhale. We'll take our palms under our shoulders. Press up. If you need a little cat and cow here, take a little cat and cow. I'm going to take our right foot by our right thumb. Knee stacked over your ankle. Left knee can slide back if you want a little more in that hip flexor. Now take both hands to the inside of your right foot and heel toe your right foot to the outside of your mat. Little micro movements so you feel you're in a good place. A good place doesn't mean easy, but just free of pain that can hurt you. Here we are. You can be on your palms. Maybe if you want more, you can walk the palms forward. If you're really open, maybe come to the forearms. Soften the belly, find the breath. Close the eyes. When we get into any yoga position, the body initially contracts. It's a stretch reflex. And it happens even if we approach it gently, which is how we should be in yoga. But sometimes if we're moving, if we're in a fast practice, whatever, that's besides the point. So we have a stretch reflex. And you might notice when you enter these stretches, like, ooh, you get into it. It's just that initial, oh, and then it kind of releases. And then when you give it the breath, that nice slow breath that tells your body you're relaxed, you're safe, then the muscles begin to soften and cooperate a little bit with the stretch. Doesn't mean sensation goes away, but it'll shift and change. If it feels good for you, you can drop the right knee outward, rolling to the outer edge of that foot. Be mindful of your left knee. If it starts to get cranky, just support it how it needs support. If the wrists get cranky, you can come onto the fists. Breathe through the sensation. One more slow breath in. On your exhale, if the knee is outward, bring the knee back. Heel toe foot in, bring hands to either side of that front foot. Come to the top of your back foot and reach the hips back, flexing your right foot. Just for a moment, just to counteract the pose that we just did. Flexing the foot here, and maybe pointing the foot, stretching the front of the ankle. And flex. Good. Release back forward. Hands to the earth. Bring that knee back. And we'll take the left foot by the left thumb. Slide your right knee back or bring it in. Heel toe your left foot to the outside of your mat and both hands to the inside. Ooh, gently pressing pelvis down. Feel that initial stretch. It can be palms on the earth, forearms on the earth, or walk palms forward to take it deeper if you like. Close the eyes to tune out visual distractions. Ujjayi breath. Let the breath be louder than the chatter of the mind. The soothing, ocean sounding breath. You're welcome to drop your left knee out to the side if that feels right for you in this moment in time. Keep training your mind, bringing it back over and over. We'll take one more breath in. Exhale. Ooh, lift up so you can bring that knee back if it's open. Hands to the earth and reach your hips back. Rolling onto the heel, you can walk the hands back. You bring the torso upright if the back starts to get a little bit cranky. Or you can soften over that leg if it feels okay in your spine. And take a moment to point the foot, stretch the front of that ankle, and flex. And release back on up. Hands to either side of your front foot. Take your knee back just for a moment. We're going to curl under the toes. Lift the knees. Tailbone lifts up. Ears in line with the biceps. Downward facing dog. Just loosening up. Circulating the energy as you breathe in, filling every cell with fresh oxygen. One more breath in. And exhale. Place your knees on the earth. We're going to transition right onto our seat. Extend your legs forward. Feel the sits bones rooted into the earth. Take your palms to either side of your hips. Press the palms down, just a little press down. And bring your awareness to your pelvis and tilt your pelvis. So the pelvis tilt is what we do when we're doing our cow pose. When I tell you to release the belly to the earth, that's the tilt. So you're going to have a lift. You can press the heels down. Maybe the knees bend. Maybe they don't. Press palms into the earth. Hinge forward from the lower back. Hinging, hinging, hinging. And then eventually, either stopping or hands might need to come forward. Taking this to a place where maybe you're softening the entire spine, or maybe you're staying lifted for your forward fold. It's okay to comfortably round the spine if it's okay, if your back is okay with it today. Okay, wherever you choose to be, close the eyes. Find the sensation and letting the breath take you exactly where your body's ready to go. You could also bend your knees a lot and bring your belly to the thighs, if that seems like a good place. It's a nice lower back stretch. Maybe hold the big toes. And don't worry about how close you are to your legs. Close the eyes. When you inhale, feel the expansion. You might lift a little. And when you exhale, belly button towards the spine, maybe some more release. And the inhale, expanding. And the exhale, release towards the legs. Slow breath. Letting the breath tune out any background noise. Stay here. 2 more breaths. Slow in and out. When you're ready, walk your hands up your legs, slowly unrolling the spine. Pause for a moment, noticing after sensations. Good. And we're going to roll off onto our left side on your forearm. Take your top leg and stretch it out. You're going to take your lower leg and bend at the knee. And you can take your right arm and grab hold of the ankle. If the ankle's not available, just reach that arm around back. Maybe you can hold on to your pant leg. You might stay here. You might like bending your knee, maybe. You might want to lower down so that you're supported, your head is supported. It might even feel good for you to lean back and lay down, extending left arm out. Okay. If you're laying down and you want to bend your upper leg, you can bring your hand to the top of that leg for some support. So different levels here. Choose the one that feels best for you. Make all those micro movements so that you feel that you're in a good place for holding, free of pain, but not free of a stretch sensation. Close the eyes. Notice where your mind is at. Where's your energy? Notice what's catching your attention. And come to breath and sensation, releasing your grip on whatever pulls at your attention. And take one more breath in. And a slow exhale, releasing hold of your back foot, bringing legs back together. If you're laying down on your side, so first unroll from the twist and press yourself up and gently transition to your second side. So now on your right side, stack shoulder over wrist, extend left leg and bend your lower leg. Reach around, grab hold of your ankle, or if the ankle's not available, you can hold onto your pant leg. See how this is on this side. If you like, you can lower down, resting the head in the hand. Maybe roll yourself open. Maybe you like bending your upper knee. Settle in. Notice the initial stretch reaction. That initial clenching. And follow it as it changes. Deep breaths. And we'll be here for a couple more rounds of breath. And we'll gently release our ankle. Release your leg, rolling off onto your side, gently lifting up. So a gentle transition back to your seat. Just cross your legs, take your hands to your knees and close your eyes for a moment, noticing. Sitting up nice and tall, lift the heart center. And then uncross the legs, bring the soles of the feet together. Heels can come in or further away from the body, your choice. Inhale, root down through the sits bones, lengthen your spine. Tilt the pelvis. And then hinging forward, it might feel good if you sit up, depending on how tight your hips or your lower back is. You can sit up, prop yourself up on a pillow here or a blanket. You could also prop the feet up on a pillow or a blanket underneath. So play around with that if you're feeling really tight in the hip, lower back area. And just like our forward fold, it is okay to comfortably soften the upper body, just first lengthen out of the lower back and rounding from the lower back. You might already have met your edge just by sitting upright. Let your eyes close. And just settle into this position. Don't worry about how close you are to your legs. Think of expanding on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. Training your mind to come back to the breath over and over again. Relax the jaw, soften the eyes and the forehead. Give a swallow to relax the throat, and letting the tongue lightly rest behind the upper teeth. Can you stay fully present here with another 2 rounds of breath, making each breath last? Taking in as much as you can when you breathe in, and savor the exhale. When you're ready, walk your hands in towards your body, slowly unwind, hands to the outsides of the legs, bring the legs up, and gently bring the legs forward, hands back behind you, just leaning back on the hands. Pause in stillness for a moment, and then point and flex your feet. Good. Take your feet up, feet wide, drop knees side to side, and bring your feet hips distance apart on your mat. Knees are bent, hands behind the thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, rounding your spine, slowly coming down onto your mat. Bend both knees into your belly. Wrap your arms around your legs, holding here. Drop chin down towards the chest. Let the arms, so I'm holding my wrist, but the arms are heavy on my shins. So the thighs are getting a press into the belly, a nice lower back stretch here. Close your eyes. Letting the opening go deeper and deeper. Freeing up energy from the tightness, freeing up energy in the place that we're opening. Breathing into it, let the prana flow. We'll take one more breath in here. And unwrap the arms, bring your legs down. Just lift the hips for a moment and release them back down. Take your right ankle onto your left thigh, lift up your left leg, reach around, grab hold of the left leg. You can grab at the hamstring area, the thigh, or the shin. Keeping the chin drop towards the chest, keeping both feet flexed. Drop into this. Adjust and then find stillness. Resisting the urge to fidget, our resistance to stillness. Soft belly. Know that stretching lubricates the tissues, the joints. So as you hold a position and breathe, just think of lubricating the body so that it's not dry and brittle and easily broken. We stay fluid and pliable. We bend so we don't break. Take one more breath in. Exhale, maybe a little more squeeze with the legs in. Last little release. And release your left leg down. Right leg extends. Give it a shake. Good. And release your right foot down. Pause and notice. And left ankle onto the right thigh. Lift your right leg up, holding either behind the thigh or the shin, interlacing the fingers. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the back of the neck long. Flex your feet. Soften the belly. Any adjustments, get your wiggles out, and then settle into stillness. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, hugging the legs in towards the body, a little more release. And unwind the fingers, release your foot down, extend your left leg up, shake that foot. And letting your foot come on down. Pausing, noticing. Extending both legs, flexing your feet. Grab opposite elbow overhead. Glue your buttocks to the ground. You're going to walk your heels over to your left. Slide the torso over to your left. So we're in a C shape, or otherwise known as Bananasana in Yin Yoga. If you want, you can cross the right ankle over the left. This class was supposed to be an hour. It's going to go a little bit over, so I just wanted to let you know if you're watching this live, that will be a couple minutes over. But we could not leave out this position. Opening the right side of the body. We'll walk our upper body back through center, uncross the legs, walk the legs to your second side. I would have liked to have held that longer. I'm gonna honor your time. Walk the upper body over so we're in that C shape. Buttocks is glued to the earth. You can cross left ankle over the right and just relax. So check in with the body and make sure you're not gripping in places that you don't need to grip here. So relax your hands. So you're not gripping your arms. Relax the shoulders. Okay, relax the inner thighs. Relax the feet. Let the breath take over. And uncross your legs, walk your legs back to center, walk the upper body back to center. Let your arms come down, bend your knees into your belly, squeeze those legs in, nose up to knees, squeezing. And inhale, full body stretch, reach the arms behind you, point your toes, flex your feet, arms to the sky, roll wrists, roll ankles, wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, roll in both directions. And let those arms float down like feathers all the way to your side. And adjusting, finding a place that you feel is right for you to take your Shavasana. If you're able to bring support under the knees, that can be really nice to release in the lower back. Walk your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands into fists. Squeeze. And then a big sigh. Open your palms. Inhale, squeeze hands into fists. Open mouth, sigh. Open the palms. One more time. Inhale, hands into fists, squeeze. And open the palms, sigh. Letting the entire body relax down into the support of the earth. If there's anything preventing you from fully relaxing and letting go here, notice what that is. See if you can bring attention there, breath there. The peace that we are looking for is not peace that crumbles as soon as there is difficulty or chaos. Whether we're seeking inner peace or global peace, or a combination of the two, the way to experience it is to build on the foundation of unconditional openness to all that arises. Peace isn't an experience free of challenges, free of rough and smooth. It's an experience that's expansive enough to include all that arises without feeling threatened. And staying in your Shavasana if you like, or bringing movement back into your body, deepening the breath, rolling onto one side. And find a moment to pause as you seal in your practice this afternoon. And coming into a seated position, letting your palms come to meet at heart center. Connect with the heart space. Breathing a couple breaths right through the heart space. We'll take one deep breath in. Sigh it out. Thumbs coming up to the third eye. The light in me bows to the light in each of you. And together we say, Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope the background noises weren't too noticeable. Wanted to try to do this at home because I have this nice space right here. It's a beautiful sunny day. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed practice, and we did hold poses for a long amount of time, so make sure to drink lots of water. Okay, and let me know if you have any questions or requests, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Namaste.